We've been talking about audition prep and ways that you can prepare your packets for any audition. And we were taking a look at Everybody Loves Louie from Sunday in the Park with George and just taking a few bars apart. In the video before this one, we talked about the actual images of the story. And in this video, we're going to talk about how the music informs what's going on inside you, and then how you can then start to slip into the point of view of the character. So if you're looking at the song again, and we take another pass through, you're going to notice that she has changed over, I don't know if you can see that, to the key of F sharp major. So she sings that we lose things is what she sings there. So George sings Finishing the Hat and lots of other things in the show in G flat major. So Dot's in F sharp major. George is in G flat major. So they are singing enharmonically in the same key. And their key spellings are at the opposite ends of the circles of fifths and fourths, right? So how crazy is that? They are literally singing in the same key and speaking a completely different musical language. So what does that mean to you? It occurs to me that I am singing this song for his benefit to try to say, hey, look and notice me. And yet, even if I'm singing in the same key, I'm not in the same universe. So that's just a few minutes that we've taken with that small section of this song. And so when I'm singing, we lose things and then we choose things. And there are Louis and there are Georges. So even when I'm looking at when she sings, okay, and you've got these chords underneath. Yeah, lose things. Yeah, and you've got this really achy major seventh going on in there. So it gives you that feeling of, because you're singing lose things. So you've got that dissonance of longing in that very chord. Your ear actually would want to hear, yeah, but he writes, yeah. So Mr. Sondheim's got this longing seventh hanging out in that chord. Yeah. We lose things. So automatically just hearing, and those chords happen throughout the show, the conflict chords. So if you're looking at that, what does that tell you? That you've got this longing feeling in the music. So let that come up in your guts. Mr. Sondheim is Mr. Sondheim, so it's just crazy rich with what you can find. That's your next step. You've got your objective material, and then you need to find your connection, and your connection is just right there in the guts. All you've got to do is just open the lid, say the phrase, and then watch what comes up. So even if you take that, so I'm just going to listen to the phrase, notice what's going on in my heart. I'll open the lid. We lose things, and then we choose things. And there are Louis, and there are Georges. Well, Louis and George. So my experience of going through that is, it's interesting. I don't even really I see certain images, but it's almost like dreamy, cloudy images that come up. It's almost like you notice sensations in the body and how your body holds on to an image, or how an emotion wants to grab an image and it tells you how you feel. So we can't always strictly deal in these mechanical, this word is that image, because the imagery of our subconscious and our mind, just like in a dream, when you you're at McDonald's and then the next minute you're in Ireland. It's like, you know, you could just jump from one place to another. It makes absolutely no sense to you. This is the world we're dealing with when we're letting the imagery move through, because it's very human. It doesn't always make sense to us, but it's alive and it's real. And I think that's what makes really great, really great storytelling, because then it's a surprise to you. You're being a human because you are being surprised in the moment. So that's how you map through this piece. And after you've worked on these connections, then you're able to slip behind the point of view of your character. I know these things, and so now I can imagine being a woman in 19th century Paris and all of the limitations that that would involve, all of the choices that I don't have. Dot talks about in the beginning of Act 1, she says, she sings, you want a painter, poet, sculptor, preferably marble, granite, bronze, durable. So she's searching for significance. She's searching to be known and remembered. What if she herself wanted to be a sculptor? Yeah. What if I wanted to be a sculptor and I'm Dot? Yeah. So that wasn't available to me in the way that it would have been available to George. My choices as a human being in this time are limited because of my identity. What does that do to my point of view when my ego in this character defines that that is who I am? So that's how you can start to see her point of view in her world, and you start to live there because of the assumptions, because the assumptions you're making are based on what you know from the story, from the way I dress, to the customs around me, to what culturally was expected, to what my actual choices might be. All right. So this is fun work. This is really fun work. And take your audition material, and we just took, what, 8 bars, and work like this with these layers and see what happens for you. And let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if this makes your work deeper and more satisfying. I think you'll have a really rich time. It's really changed the way that I work on material. All right, so go do this and let me know how it goes. Now go sing. Bye.